What if every conversation you have with AI is being watched? Not just stored, but actively monitored. Now, it turns out that it's not too far from the truth. OpenAI's systems are flagging your chat for safety. And there are ongoing legal battles, which means every conversations you delete might not be gone for good. In fact, this is happening right now as we speak, and this has ignited a global privacy debate, forcing us to ask one tough question. Is our trust in AI misplaced? In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how this monitoring works, the data policies that have created legal and ethical headache, and more importantly, what you can do to protect your information that you're sending to these AI tools. To get started on what's happening with your data, you have to first understand that OpenAI is performing a balancing act. On one hand, it is trying to prevent its tool from being used for harm, which absolutely makes sense. Google did that a long time ago when search was launched. On the other hand, it's navigating a high-stake legal environment that can drag your personal data into spotlight. Let's start with the first part. OpenAI's own safety monitoring. Now, every time you type a prompt in ChatGPT, you're not just talking to an AI, but you are interacting with a complex system of automated classifiers. Now, think of this as a digital security guard, which is programmed to spot the trouble, which is the original intent. The job is to scan for any harmful content like violent activities, illegal activities, or anything that violates the policies of OpenAI. Now, to be clear, OpenAI says that employees aren't reading your weekend plans. Now, human reviews only happens when this automated system flags something serious. If your prompt suggests a real threat to others, the chat can be escalated to human review and then eventually can be submitted to the appropriate legal authorities. In most extreme cases, OpenAI has said that it may report users to the law enforcement as well. Now, they're drawing the line between the sand. Privacy for self-harm cases, but intervention for harmed others. It's a paradox. Like OpenAI is trying to be responsible for AI stewardship, which kind of makes sense. But to do that, it's built a surveillance-like system that keeps an eye on the user's speech. A safety system, yes, we can all agree, but one that also chips away our expectation for privacy when we're using the tool. That's the first layer of monitoring which OpenAI has built by choice. Now let's talk about the second layer. That's where the privacy policies collide with the law. Now, this is where it gets really complicated. On one hand, if you look at it, 2023 case where New York Times and other publications, they filed a massive copywriting lawsuits against OpenAI, and they claim that their articles, their content, were being used by ChatGPT without their permission. Now, as a part of this lawsuit, there is something called as a discovery, where both sides can request evidence of where exactly this is happening, or where exactly the ChatGPT or tool is using their content. The publisher argued that to prove their case, they needed to see how ChatGPT might reproduce their content in technical language, how these AI are making decisions. That led to major debate over data. Now, in an ongoing lawsuit like this, court could compel OpenAI to preserve certain users' data as an evidence, which might be pausing normal detection schedule, which is the 30-day schedule, to comply with the discovery requirements. Now, OpenAI has called such demand as sweeping and unnecessary, saying that it's going to conflict with their privacy commitments to their end users, like you and I. Now, these legal holds are not universal. Obviously, it doesn't apply to every single user, but they can force the company to keep the data it would normally delete under those 30-day window. If that happens, the impact is going to be widespread. So think about the free plan, the plus plan, the team plan. All these users might see longer data retention policies. And only the enterprise customers are going to have the zero data retention contracts, and they're going to remain protected. For millions of everyday users like you and I, the privacy policies that they agreed could be temporarily overridden. Like your private thoughts or your confidential ideas could, in theory, become an evidence in lawsuit. And while some reports speculated about the time-limited preservation, there is no confirmed information as of October 2025 from a court ruling standpoint that requires OpenAI to retain future user chats. Now, what we know is the data is already preserved for litigation, may still be accessible, and the targeted preservation could continue if the court requests it. So basically, if you put something in the chat, there is a possibility it can go into eternity and stay there as long as they want. So while the broadest fears haven't really materialized from what we see, this episode, what we're showing is how fragile data privacy is. Now, it's going to prove that a company's privacy policy is only as strong as the legal challenges that that company faces. And we have seen many cases in search engine organizations and companies like Google and Bing. Now, this is a fast-moving and complex topic, and if you're getting value from this deep dive and want to stay informed on the future privacy battle that is going to define the future of AI, hit that subscribe and like button. It is going to help a lot my channel to continue to produce this type of useful information and bring it to you. Now, what does this all really matters for you? Let's jump on to that part and look at it. And what you can actually do about it, right? So, I mean, you're starting to feel hopeless here with all the information that I shared, but I can assure you there are some mechanisms where you can control your privacy. Now, you're not going to be able to stop a court order, but you can definitely reduce your footprint and exposure on AI. Here's a practical 4-step framework that you can implement right now. Step 1, audit your ChatGPT settings. I always talk about this to everyone they're using. By default, OpenAI is going to use all of your conversation to train their model. You can turn this off. So go to settings, go to data controls, and click improve for privacy for everyone. You can toggle that switch to off. This is going to stop training data from being used for everyone else's training data, the model learning. Now, it's not going to stop safety monitoring or legal retention, but this is your first layer of control, so you have less exposure of your data. Step 2 is use temporary chat wisely. Now, these temporary chats don't show up in the history, and they're not used for training. Normally, they're deleted after like 30 days, but legal orders can override that. So think of that as a low footprint mode, not a complete invisibility mode. Step 3, remember the 30-day rule with an asterisk. Deleting a chat is going to remove from your view, but it continues to stay in OpenAI system for 30 days. And yes, longer if it's legally required. So never type anything that you wouldn't want a third party to be reading a month from now. That is always something that I tell, like, don't get too personal with your chats. Step 4, choose the right tool for the job. The consumer ChatGPT is not a secure vault, and don't consider that as a secure vault. If you're handling proprietary client-related data or patient-related data, I highly recommend to use ChatGPT Enterprise or an API with the zero data retention policy. Those plans include stronger privacy commitments, they include HIPAA compliance, and it's not going to retain your training data, which is the enterprise plan. The free and the plus users, well, if you are that, we're all paying with our data. So in addition to what you're paying with your credit card, you're also paying with your data, not just with your dollars. And that's where we're at the crossroad. Like, OpenAI is caught between the safety mission and the legal demands of copyright holders and the privacy of millions of users like us. And that has resulted in a monitoring system which is part safety net, but is also part legal archive. What began as a tool for creativity has now become a case study in my mind for digital privacy erosion. Like, delete doesn't necessarily always mean that it's going to be deleted. Privacy controls are no longer a shield, and they're just levers to manage the potential risk that may come out of these AI platforms. Here's a question that I'm asking. Is this level of monitoring a necessary evil for safety, a legal reality that we must accept, or it crossed the fundamental boundary lines? Let me know what you think in the comment, and while you're doing that, watch the next breakdown that's showing up on the screen, which is the truth about AI bias. This video is going to show you how algorithmic bias and privacy collides in the way that most people don't even realize.